Pranams to everybody. Welcome. Now I put that post about Avadhutas, and I put about the Parabrahma also doesn't know about itself. I've talked about this before also, that Shiva doesn't know is Shiva at a the supreme level, supreme truth. The ultimate truth is when it is pure consciousness, when there is no awareness in that consciousness, when it is pitch dark, then it's shunya, what you call. It exists as sheer consciousness, but an intelligent consciousness. But it's not active, you can say. Inactive, like an inactive volcano. So when a volcano is inactive, what happens is you do not know when it might just burst. So hold on, just let me lock the room. It's time already. So when the volcano bursts, it's all of a sudden. And you look at the volcano, it's very inactive. From outside, you don't know what's cooking inside, isn't it? Exactly that way, this whole consciousness is. It's a very intelligent energy. Like yesterday, I was explaining. Yesterday, somebody asked this question, and we were talking about it in the end because it was already late. So I said we'll continue about it. There's nothing much to continue there, as though there is some secret. There is no perfect secret there. That zone is always a mysterious zone, like I told you. You cannot understand God by this mind. You cannot understand the cosmic intelligence by this mind. Try with the small things if you can, like how your human body is built. Try to understand the depth of how these things work. You'll never be able to get it because your digestive system and the digestive system of an ant, if it has one, or a bee, or a snake, even snake doesn't know what's happening inside. A rat doesn't know what's happening inside. A cockroach doesn't know what's happening inside. You and me doesn't know what exactly is happening. No scientist knows about it. No doctor knows. What we know is only just superficial gyan. But the depth of the cosmic intelligence, nobody can figure it out. That zone always remains deeply mysterious because it's beyond our scope of understanding with the limited mind. Like I told you about the volcano, no experts also can tell exactly when a volcano is going to get activated. They might predict it later. Like nobody might know when an earthquake is going to exactly happen under the ocean and when there can rise a tsunami. Some after effect they might see, some symptoms they will see, and from there they will do their research based on some symptoms, isn't it? But before the symptom begins, nobody knows exactly where it is, what it is. Nobody knows. Not the greatest of scientists can go into that level. So this unconscious zone is like that. Because there is no awareness in that consciousness, how are you going to be aware of what's happening there? Imagine that. It's just like what I told yesterday. The room is, everything is there in the room, but when you switch off the light, it just goes, you are there, but no light. How are you going to interact with any object? How are you going to study any object? How are you going to analyze anything that's going in the room? You cannot. You can sit there waiting for the light to come. So only when the light is there, light is there. Light is awareness, what we are talking about. So one is the pitch darkness. The other is the awareness, that is the light that comes into that pitch darkness. That light, that is why when the light comes, it is known as the first form of creation, which you call as Jyotirlinga. Jyotirlinga, you call it as Jyoti. Jyoti is fire. It's Agni. It's light. And that is Arunachala. From the nothingness, the first ever tangible, perceivable. What is the first thing that is perceivable in a dark? Light. Think about it. Everything is dark. What can you perceive? Any object? No. For an object, you need light. So light is the first thing that is perceived by us. So the first perceivable thing is light. That light only you are calling as Shiva. The manifest Shiva. The Jyoti Swarupa Shiva. Arunachala is Jyoti Swarupa Shiva, the pillar of light. Are you getting the point how it is? But my question is, before that pillar of light, where was this Shiva? Anybody? Before this light coming, see, in the darkness there is light, let's say. Or I'll give you one example, which I've told one Sufi master. One guy asked this Sufi master, challenging question. He was sitting in a cave. The Sufi master was meditating. Even Sufi masters meditated in caves. Huh? Prophet Muhammad also meditated in caves. He attained self-realization, enlightenment, all in the caves. Jesus meditated in caves. Cave is cave means what? Symbolism of this head. This is a cave, guha. You go inside. So even if you go in an outside guha, it will not work until you go to your inner cave. That is Chidakasha. In Kananad, we have the cave, and you have to enter the cave. So in the cave, you enter in that Kananad cave of Bhagavan Nityananda. But when you enter, if you do not enter your cave inside that, that cave is useless for you. You'll just sit and you'll do some sightseeing, you'll see some bats, you'll see, Nityananda built it so nicely, something mysterious. You'll talk about it and you'll come back. That's all. Nothing else is going to happen until you enter your cave. So, this cave, the Sufi master is sitting in the cave, meditating. He's quietly sitting in the dark. This man walks up his devotee and burns the lamp and says, Master, I want to ask you a question. He thinks he's intelligent. So some questions are asked always to show off intelligence, not out of to understand. Sometimes you can see questions are asked to show intelligence. So it is lit. So when it is lit, he asks, where did this light come from? Oh master, tell me. The master looks at the lamp and फूक मार देते हैं. He blows it out. The same where it went. Same place from where it went, to where it went. See, what did he intelligently ask? Where did the light come from? And he blew it out and he said, the same place where it has gone. Perfect example of Arunachal. From nothingness, darkness, one light came. You call that Shishti. You call that Brahma, the start. And when that light is blown out, you call it Pralaya, destruction. That's all. Destruction, what happens? Light goes off, but everything is there. Light goes off means, imagine you are right now listening to me, you have a light. We discussed this day one, day two. Remember? On Diwali day, the master asks, what is the light that you see? This daylight. How do you perceive light? I see this light in the daylight, sunlight, and in the night, I see it as the lamp light. Okay, but how do you see? By what light do you see that light? Oh, by the light of my eyes, I can see that light. But how does what illuminates this eye? This has to come alive, right? आंखों की रोशनी कहाँ से आता है? So he says intellect. Perfectly right. Because the intellect looks through the eyes and then it knows, oh, this is light, that is lamp light. What is it that discriminates? Buddhi. It knows, oh, this is daylight, it is night light. Who knows? Buddhi knows. So Buddhi uses the eyes and then looks at that light, the light of the Buddhi, Viveka. So something is illuminating that light. Master says, who illuminates that light? He says, the I. I is the ego. I amness. Mera hona. We practice that, right? No thought, nothing. That state, suspended state where you know you exist. I simply exist as a presence, as a divine presence. That is my light. That is the last light that you can perceive. That is the light that illuminates the buddhi. Through the buddhi, the mind and indriyas, and then the eyes, and then you see the world. I've told this many times. You put a cinema, for example. What happens in a cinema? Projector, the screen. On the screen, the projector is sending light, and then you see a cinema. But where is the light coming from? Into the projector. Without that light, can you see that light on the screen? Is the question. That is all light, right? In the light only you can see the light doing many, many things there. But where is it coming from? From the projector. So is the projector projecting it? No. The film is project. But who is passing the light through the film? Ah, there's a bulb there. There's a lamp there. Are you getting the whole thing? So there's a lamp that lights. That is the I am. That is the ego when I am born. I am born as light. Don't think Shiva is sitting here in Arunachala and he will go from here. Don't bring all those concepts. That is just to explain our nature. Who is Shiva? You are only Shiva. It's all talking about your light. It's not talking about some external light in Arunachal. That is for starters, for us to learn. We learn from this because we cannot understand ourselves. We understand the other self. Because I cannot understand myself, I need another object, another self. That is why I go to a guru. Because I cannot see my illumination, I see somebody illumined. Are you getting the point? And what is the purpose of that illumined being? To show you that that light which you see in that guru is not his light. It is through your reflection you're seeing that. Until your aankho ki jyoti, you, the eye, doesn't come alive. That light doesn't come. Where is your guru? Where is your God? You have to be born first to connect to a guru. The guru's whole aim is to show you this secret, this truth, that the light by which you see me is true. Not this light. This light will perish. What you see, body, my speech, everything will perish. But you will always exist as light. Until you have light, you will be illuminating your tattvas, your koshas, your karmas, and their karmas will come alive. Your vasanas will come alive. Your thoughts, your desires will come alive. The light is simply projecting the contents in the mind. Are you seeing it? Till this light is there, it is always projecting. Now, why this light is there? The light is pulled by these objects. If no objects, there is no reason for anything to the light to be pulled out. So if you say there is no objects, there is no reason for the light to come out. The light will stay off. That is what we are calling as desires. Something must be there to bring it out. Why are we waking up every morning? Because there is something content that only pulls us out. Why are we born again? There is some content. Why are we brought out of meditation? There is some content in our oshas which pulls us out. So you're getting the point. So I am alive because of my desire. My light is alive because of my desire. So the less you keep on cleaning the contents of your koshas, the light will begin enjoying itself. Now it cannot because it's something or the other, it's catching hundreds of nonsense in our mind. Conditions and beliefs and philosophies and this theory, that theory, yantra, tantra, mantra, gurus, photos, they, अरे बाप, कुछ फायदे का नहीं. Nothing, no use. Simply entertainment. मन का entertainment है, खेल है, और क्या है? मन को सांत्वना देते रहो. Keep giving the mind passive, oh, don't worry, something is there, the photo is there, this is there, that is there. So till you have all these weaknesses, you will survive to have this entertainment. You remove the entertainment, the light will be free. That is called illumination. That is called enlightenment. There is no reason for this light to go and interact with anything. There is no interaction. When there is no interaction, there is samadhi. Why are you thrown out of your samadhi? Because something will come in there, in your mind. The light is shining, empty room. It is shining. Let us say it's an empty room, completely empty. Nothing. White walls everywhere. Let's say. How much, what is there for you to get distracted in this room apart from the whiteness? You might sit and watch at the whiteness. What is there? Nothing is there. So when you are staring at nothingness and suddenly one fly comes, mosquito comes in the room, what will happen? Immediately your attention will go into that. Let us say one bird comes from somewhere. You'll go there. Let us say some earthworm is crawling there. You'll go there. Two, three mosquitoes more. Some sounds come. Some people come. What will happen to you? Your light will get distributed, confused. This. That is what is happening to your mind. Because it is full of concepts and you don't want to give up your concepts. Sit, then entertainment करते रहो. जितना देर करना है करो. जिस दिन समझ आएगा तभी मुक्ति मिलेगी. जिद पे रहेंगे तो वही खेल खेलते रहेंगे मन पे अपना. You will be playing your games. Entertainment. So you want to get out of that? Finish off all these concepts in your head. Clean it out. And ruthlessly clean it out. ऐसा नहीं दया वया करके, पार्शलिटी नहीं. उड़ाना है तो पूरा उड़ा. उड़ाना मतलब clean means clean everything. Otherwise choose करते रहो. Oh, this is my favorite topic. This I cannot give up. Worldly people, what they do, they are very selective in what? They are selective in worldly things. You ask them to give up. Give up. What shall I give up? Okay, I think I'll give up my enemies. I'll give up my enemies first. Then what to give up? You'll keep thinking. Oh, I've got an old bike that is not running. I'll give up that. What are you doing? मैं मुक्त हो रहा हूँ. अरे वाह, कन्निंग मुक्ति है. Can you give up your attachment to your family members? Oh my God, what are you telling me? जहां लफड़ा है, जहां गड़बड़ है, वहां हम छुपा के बैठते हैं. Can you give up your precious clothes in the name of seva? सेवा करना है. Poor people, how to serve them? I have to give them something. I come home. कुछ है क्या पुराने फटे फूटे कपड़े? Anything there? Old clothes? Why? I want to do seva. Give your new shirt. Give your new dress that you came from on Amazon last week. Can you give? We must be aware of this cunningness of the mind. ये सब चालाकियां मन का जब तक हम स्वयं नहीं देखेंगे, till we don't see it ourselves, useless spiritual talks, all bullshit. All your sadhanas are cowdon. कोई फायदा का नहीं. अवेयरनेस ही नहीं है. क्या कर रहे हैं? व्हाट आर वी डूइंग? क्यों कर रहे हैं? ये हम मुक्ति की साधना कर रहे हैं. अरे पहले छोटे छोटे चीजों से मुक्त हो जाओ. For mukti, you need not do sadhana. You just need some common sense. You just need honesty, authenticity, sincerity. You need that. बस इतना साधना करने की क्या जरूरत है? Who are cunning will do sadhanas. What are we doing? We are doing tapas. What did that man tell me? Monk tell me in Gangotri? I told you many times. He said, जितना जटिल अहंकार उतनी जटिल साधनाएं. The more the ego, the more stronger the ego, the more stronger the sadhanas. The tougher the ego, the tougher your sadhanas. Who needs all that sadhana? The tough people. जिनको छोड़ना ही नहीं कुछ, नौटंकी करते रहो बस. ये किया, वो किया. Today I was sitting in Ramana ashram. And I sit in one, there is one room there where you can read and all. I often sit there and read. One Westerner came and sat beside. One Indian came and sat this side. So that Indian said, "Is this a meditation room?" I said, "Meditation room is that side where it is complete silence." He said, "No, no, no. I want to do my sadhana." I said, "Then here it's fine, but there they don't allow silence." So I'm reading. He said, started catching his nose and then breathing and rolling up eyes and that this and he's going. I saw it. Okay, ठीक है. उनके अपने अपनी साधना है. Whatever he's doing. This Westerner's eyes opened and he looked at him. And then he looked at me. I was looking at the Westerner. He did like this. Kya hai? What is this? I continued reading. Again, the set first is going. That guy is not able to concentrate on me now. His meditation bang ho gaya. To tell him, to convey to him, he told me one thing. No. Slowly, I said, what? He said, he's telling me to tell him. I said, you tell him. I did a action like this. He did like this. And he closed his eyes. Trying to concentrate. This guy started, oh, again he opened his eyes. So to demonstrate to him, it's okay. They're doing whatever they want to do. You do what you want to do. What I did, I closed my book and I started meditation. To tell him it's okay. If there is noise also, what is going on here? These are all conditioning. But he didn't get the point. Disturbed. And I knew we'll do it for some time. After 10 minutes, all his first settled down. Maybe his kundalini came up to his head or wherever it had to go. And then he went into meditation. So one is you do all those things to understand simple things to get there. Why is all this done? I was seeing him doing all that, finally to only meditate. So the goal is what? Of all that so-called sadhana, to meditate. Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Ashtanga Yoga, that is. यम नियम से शुरू होके प्रत्याहार से शुरू होके आसन से जाके देन कहीं जाके एकाग्रता होके concentration and then after withdrawal of senses and so many things which are there then जाके कहीं ध्यान लगता है ध्यान that is and ध्यान if it is prolonged then it enters to the eighth position of samadhi. So they are doing that only. But I am telling you, do you need to do that? You sit here and just listen in deep reflection awareness. You just go into dhyan gets straight into samadhi. Why? Because you have spent lifetimes in all doing all this. ऐसा नहीं कि एक ही झटके में हुआ है. It's your own tapas. You might not remember. You did it in some lifetimes and all that. Now it's easier. So where is this path going? Effortlessness. You don't have to go through all that to come here. So all this sadhana in the name of mukti at one end is a joke. You have to do all those rigorous things. Jitna jatil ahankar, utna jatil sadhana. That is what that monk told me in Gangotri. I was very impressed. So he laughed and he said, "Don't be so impressed." I said, "So difficult sadhanas." He laughed and he said, "Jitna jatil ahankar, utna jatil sadhana hai." And it's true. Why do you have to stand on one leg to meet God for months or weeks? I don't understand that. Do you see any of these masters like Nisargadatta Maharaj or Ramana and all who stood on one leg? It's needed. So this marga, these are all in the starting. This is not the end. These are all done for chitta shuddhi. All this first push is to first clean your prana. Polluted prana. Energy is not moving properly. Blockages are there. Then good. You must do pranayam. Pranayam is powerful. I'm not degrading it. It's another way. Pranayam say you through breath work you can attain There are paths which directly take from breath work, like Shivanand Paramahamsa in Vadagara, Kerala. If you see his whole path, it is all about that. Through breath work, it takes you. Through breathing, Kriya Yoga and all, you see, breathing. It's not ordinary. But I'm telling you, what is breathing? It breathes through these practices and kriyas, different kriyas and sadhanas. You clean the prana. Prana Sharira is cleaned. When the prana is cleaned, the mind is clean. That's how it is. Prana and mind are linked. You stop the prana, mind will stop. You do kumbhak, stop the arrest the breath and hold for some time, and you see no thoughts will come. Keep repeatedly doing that practice and see thoughts will not come. Suddenly thoughts will fall. Why? Prana supply you have arrested. So that's a brilliant path, but it is all doing the same thing only. Slowly it cleans up. It is all for Chitta Shuddhi. So that Mahatma told me in Gangotri Himalayas that I asked him, I was just having a conversation because he sounded interesting, different than the orthodox. जो herd mentality होता है वैसा नहीं था. He was thinking something, talking something different. So I said, then what is the purpose of all this? He said, it is Chitta Shuddhi. Once you have a purified mind, pranas, then there is the actual spirituality. असली अध्यात्म वहां शुरू होता है. Till here cleansing will come, but the I will remain there. I am a saint will be there. I am a sannyasi, it will be there. I am a yogi will be there. I am a vairagi, it will be there. I am a brahmachari, that अहंकार रहेगा. वो सब हम में ही आता है. I am a teacher. I am a guru. I'm a mentor, I'm a coach. ये सब अहंकार में ही आता है. It's there. That identity is there. So one sadhana is there after that to dissolve the identity. That is very rare. Very, very rare. I'm not saying it is wrong because it's all part of the play of consciousness. If everybody becomes mukt, then who's there in this world? Like Yoga Vashishta. What does Vashishta Mahamuni tell Ram? If all the sages, if all the people who are illumined, if they just resorted to their seclusion and work to get rid of the I and finish it off, who will be there for the rest who are lost in this Maya world? So, for guidance, play of consciousness. Not everybody goes. There, saints are needed, gurus are needed, they're all needed. But I'm telling you, it is still not complete. The day you can see many of the Mahatmas, the day they feel their work is done, they simply sit in a certain position and leave their body by finishing the eye. Aditya camera is off. That last moment, they finish it off. Whatever is needed, they give it a completion. So it's not the end. That is what I put that post today about all the Mahatmas. There is a zone beyond that. Till I know I am a Mahatma, I am not complete. That is why there is only one state that doesn't know who am I. Avadhuts. No Avadhut, no, I am a Avadhuta. If you go and tell in front of an Avadhuta also, are you an Avadhuta? They will scratch their head. Right? They don't know who they are. They've lost their identity. They are free. That light cannot be captured into any title. Any title, you cannot capture it. That is the only tattva that's free. That is the only species, human species, that is truly free. That is why I say those are godlike. It's simply love emanating from them. Look at Om Amma. Anything there? Anything to talk? Anything to ask? Anything to discuss? Anything to condemn? Anything to judge for her? Does she even look at anybody? To judge, you need to look first. Are you getting the point? To catch a flaw, even in a body language, to catch somebody's thoughts, you need to focus on somebody. That also is not there. Bliss stopped. Whoever comes in that receives the grace and love. Isn't that brilliant? That's the state. That is God-like. You can say you're sitting in the presence of God with a body. My whole life has gone on this tattva of Avadhuta, studying them, being with them, meditating on them, experimenting with them. I'm not just talking from somewhere. All of them I've literally experimented with. Experimented because I wanted to know. I was keen to know. I wanted to see Shastras, Avadhut Gita tells this. Is it working on there? I try to relate all the points whenever I find any Avadhutas. I relate all the points. And if the points are missing, then I don't give it a second thought. So 14 of them, whom I was blessed in this lifetime to meet, matched all those. And from that statement, it is my thing that I call them Avadhuta. I don't know what the world calls them. They fit into my bracket of whatever understanding I have about Avadhuta. And you'll never hear this, what I'm telling you. I have never heard anybody telling this, that an Avadhuta is not aware of that he or she is an Avadhuta. Is Topi Amma aware that she's an Avadhuta? Is Om Amma aware that I'm Avadhuta? Think, just think and see. From which angle they are aware that knowing that I'm something is ego, not the gross ego, very high, spiritual, subtle, sukshma ego, even Shakti's ego, right? That guy who takes care of Amma, I stand with him, I talk. So that day he only was telling, today this happened, Topiam was there and somebody came and I was standing next to her only with food in my hand to give and somebody came and touched the feet. She gave one slap to her. And he was like shocked. What happened suddenly? And he asked immediately, why did he hit her? And she said, I also don't know. That's that state. Man nahi hai. They don't decide anything. It is a spontaneous happening. You can say God slapped. Literally. Not actually. God has no. See, if God is the one who makes, who decides I should slap, then that is not God. That is some ego sitting there. God doesn't do all these things. God doesn't sit and dictate terms. He's not a dictator. I think I have one beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Nisargadatta Maharaj, God is not running the world. Question. Then who is doing it? Maharaj, nobody. All happens by itself. All is a play of consciousness. All divisions are illusory. You can know the false only. The true you must yourself be. Only what is true can know the false. These ordinary people, these kind of tattvas, ordinary people cannot. Ordinary in the sense, the regular people will not be ever able to understand this. Only deep contemplators, deep meditators, deep awareness people who can go at the level of buddhi and even beyond it can understand these talks. Why we are scared of this topic? Because all our life we were taught about this God whom we should fear or we should run to. Run towards so that he protects us, he guides us, he gives us everything. So we chase that God or we chase the God out of fear. What will happen to me? So this is how we have lived your life. And when we hear these kind of things, it can be disturbing to the mind. If it is disturbing, then you must not attend such satsangs. You are not ready yet. I'm getting the point. This is only for those who can digest the truth as it is. That is why I'm using images. I don't need these images. I can tell it myself because I have deep understanding and realizations of these things from my zone. But you will not trust me. So I'm using all these images. At least trust somebody who has proven himself being here. So he's saying God is not running the world. Then who's running it? Nobody. Everything happens by itself. All is a play of conscience. Only all these division that you see is all illusory. That's exactly what I started with today. Good connection. That everything happens by its own. We do not know the digestive system of mind, of the snake, of the rat. No one knows the blood circulation. Nobody is running it. They are the byproduct of that body. My body is alive right now. Circulation is happening, digestion is happening. I am just living. उधार की जिंदगी है. मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ? What am I doing to do this? One body has been given to us, which is all like internal circuit and all is good. A mind has been given to you to handle it. You handle it properly or you break it down, it's up to you. But the model is given good enough. That is why Kabir says, ज्यों की त्यों धर दीनी. Kabira ne ऐसे ओढ़ी. Jini re, that song. The cloth, the God has given that cloth woven. You have to return the cloth as it is. Without मैली किए, without destroying it. So our body what it is. We hold the pride, I am maintaining it. घंटा maintain कर सकते. We cannot do anything, any damn thing. It is just an illusion. We are maintaining it. I've explained this many times. We don't do anything. We don't breathe. We don't digest. We don't circulate blood. We don't do any secretions from our glands that's going on inside, the hormones and anything, chemicals, nothing. Healing chemicals. Do we release the healing chemicals? The happiness, the bliss chemical. Where is that? How it happens? When these chemicals are released, a certain kind of moods change. Do we do that? Which is this factory? Pharmaceutical all inside. Where is the electric signals running through my whole body? Am I doing that? What am I doing? In the name of maintenance, I call I'm maintaining it. How am I maintaining it? I eat food. Somebody told me once when I was telling this. Because when I eat food, I can maintain it. So I was talking about this whole system that is running on itself automatically. We don't do anything, literally anything we are not doing. See the saliva that comes out of us, in the mouth. What are we doing in this? Absolutely nothing. So somebody told me, no, I am actually eating. I eat food. I said, when do you eat food? You eat food when you're hungry. Who gives you that hunger? Can you calculate and tell at this time I'll get hungry? There are times when at time also you don't get hungry. Only from inside when there is a certain hunger that you want to feed yourself. So do you see the whole thing? Even that feeding is a requirement that comes from inside. And we are talking about this cosmic intelligence. There is very, very mysterious things happening in our life. Nobody can explain that zone. You go to the greatest gurus also, they cannot explain how exactly the cosmic intelligence is functioning. What exactly it is doing to function. Are you getting the whole thing? So you might just have to go with this, camera, but because the lights have gone. But luckily, because the internet is still working. Yeah. So this zone of the unconscious. What is functioning? What is maintaining our body? What is maintaining this world? It is all coming from the unconscious. From the unconscious, it is becoming light. From the light, the whole thing is coming into presence. The whole world is coming into play. There is that deep space of nothingness from where everything is coming. Even that light came from there. You get that? Even the light comes from that zone. And it's very, very difficult to go and understand it. That is why we are telling never try to understand this God or this supreme intelligence by mind. You will fail. Because anything you try to do with the mind, you are going to bring out new concepts. You can only do guesswork there. I told you yesterday's satsang, and here, who's sitting with many times was with Nisargadatta Maharaj. She once asked Nisargadatta Maharaj, and that was on her first visit, the mysteries of the Atman. What is the Atman? And Nisargadatta Maharaj immediately looked at her and shouted at her. You think with your mind you can understand the Atman? Said, first clean your mind. Get out, he said. He literally drew her away. And then she went to Igatpuri and she was there for 1 month. She did Vipassana. She didn't know where to go, what to do. And she came back. And on her way back, she thought she will go again. She has met Nisargadatta Maharaj many times in her satsangs. This who were not there yesterday, I'm telling. Today, okay. She went and she did her Vipassana for a long time. And on the way back, she thought she'll go to Maharaj. Not on the way back. A few months later, she went. Yeah. Few months later, when she went to meet him, Maharaj looked at her directly and said, now did you get it? Because during the Vipassana, her mind became very empty, she told. So empty that she was experiencing this certain kind of bliss, unexplainable. It is not even a joy, some strange kind of a thing. And she had a glimpses, direct experience 2, 3 times of that during her whole stay, 30 days. It's not easy. Huh? People can't stay 2 days in silence. 30 days is not easy. But something told her she should do that. And see, she had that experience and she was quietly sitting. Maharaj looked at her and said, now do you understand what is the Atman? Atman has to be realized. God, this cosmic intelligence, is a personal experience. It cannot be borrowed. No scriptures can tell it. Because the one who goes into that zone cannot explain it. Even she was not able to explain. She tried to explain it to me. She said, that zone. I said, I can understand what you're saying. Because I experienced that, I know it. You can't define it properly. It is not even a space of Satchidananda, bliss and all that. That's nonsense. There is no one to experience the bliss and define it as bliss. That complete blankness, that peace in which you exist, that is a supreme state of freedom. I'm glad you asked that question. What was it? Anjali, you had asked that question yesterday. That provoked very deep thoughts. It's a very mature question. Very, very mature question. And I can challenge you, go and ask this question to anybody, even any gurus. See their answers. Check it out. So that zone which is there, it can be only experienced. Now, it should not be felt like, when this question is asked, oh, to deviate the question, you're telling, go and experience. Don't want to answer it. That's why I tried answering it to the closest, nearest to that. till where it is answerable, till where you can define it, till where you can talk about it. So that must clear our doubts on that. By the way, these doubts cannot be cleared. You clear one doubt, another will rise. The clarity session is for now. You can see the clarity session now. The questions have reduced. Previously, only questions were there. Now people are understanding the whole thing. Doubts will clear only when the doubter is gone. Ramana talks about this. There is no other way to terminate doubts. Impossible. Till the doubter is alive. Doubter means ego. I is there, some or the other doubts will always be there. To finish that, you have to finish the doubter itself. Because when the doubter is finished, there you experience what you doubt. All our questions are regarding the ultimate only. So when the ultimate is realized, where is the questions? I think I have that post also. All these beautiful quotes, which I'm trying. Whenever I come across these quotes in the day, somebody sends or something, I immediately say, okay, this is the ongoing satsang which is happening. So we can contemplate on that. Even if you fail to do it during your lifetime, you must think of God at least. Okay, this is what we discussed yesterday, right? In the end of life, we will do it. Chalo, abhi nahi karenge, we will do it. But unfortunately, you cannot do it. If you are not lived an aware life, conscious life during your whole lifetime, you cannot have a conscious death. You will die unconsciously. When we die unconsciously, the all the further journeys is all unconscious because it's based on what is in your unconscious. What all rooted fears, doubts, worries, anxieties, confusions are there, they will all come up and you will simply chase, your light will simply chase, illuminating whatever contents are there in your quotient. So if it is full of doubts, full of anger, full of revenge, whatever is there, that will be illuminated and you will follow that. That is called unconscious death. Why do we have an unconscious death? Because we have lived unconsciously. And that is what we are learning here, to live consciously, to live in awareness. If you live in awareness, you live in awareness. So here he's saying that very clear. Until you have been clear thinking of God, unless all your life you have been thinking of God, unless you have accustomed yourself to the dhyana of God during life always, it would not be possible for you to think of God at the time of death. So there is no escapism. There is no like, okay, we'll see at the end. I'll become aware. No, you can't. It has to be trained during the Jagrat. What I told yesterday, whatever you do in the whole day, you'll sleep that way. You'll enter into sleep. How are you going to enter into sleep? If a lot of confusion, this, that is there, unfulfilled desire is there, you will enter into sleep in that manner. And thus you will have disturbed sleep, good, bad, ugly dreams. Madurai, your cam is off. Whatever those dreams, they are based on your ignorance during the day. Are you getting it? So you enter into sleep and you get dreams according to how you have lived your life. If during your life you have lived in this dream, not getting obsessed with it, not reacting deeply to all these life incidents, then your dream also will not react. Swapna. You might see it, there might be some slight interaction, reaction, but it will not be like how you are in the daily life. Everything you take it seriously. Oh, my son did this, my daughter did this, my father did this, my mother did that, they said this, she said this, he did this. How could this one say like this? How did your dreams also will be like that only? Exactly as you live. And if you have been able to live in awareness, if you have been able to consciously live your life, your dreams will start settling down. Exactly, it is a replica. Same way, whole life you have lived in, a certain calmness, a certain non-reactive state, a certain bodha, a realization of what I'm living is not real. If you have lived like that, you will die like that. After death, when you see ghosts and when you see this and that and all, you just look at it. Because you have not reacted here to the human ghosts. All kind of ghosts are there here. इंसान क्या घोष से कम है क्या? सबसे बड़े भूत प्रेत तो इंसान ही है, डरावने. I think those subtle booths are still better than the real human beings. ऐसे ऐसे खतरनाक. So, if you are living among all these ghosts and surviving through all them, you will आराम से survive there also. Because you are aware. You don't take it real. This world is very real. मेरा बच्चा, मेरा पति, मेरा पत्नी, this is seriousness. If you are serious here, there you will go and Pitraloka, you will lift over. Hey, there goes my granny. Hey, there is my long lost friend. पकड़ो उनको जाके. If we are too serious, this is my house, this is my space, this is my title, this is what I've earned, my medals. I put it all in my glass showroom to show. Every day I polish it. That name, title, I've preserved it. I've advertised it. I've been proud of my achievements and I constantly think of it. The house, the mansion that I built, मेहनत से, पई पई कमा के, पसीने की हर बूंद बहा के, खून की बूंद बहा के. I don't know all that, what I have done. That claims I have done it, this is mine. पसीना जो बहाया वो मेरा ही बोलेगा ना. When you say पसीना, खून पसीना एक करके किया, that itself shows how obsessed you are with your खून पसीना. मैंने कमाया. अरे तुम्हारे हाथ में था उसलिए आया हो. मैंने कमाया. This is mithya. I have produced a child. Oh, you have produced a child. Did you even know gender of the child where producing it? तुक्का मारा. Even you attempted to have a child, that also no guarantee. Whether fertilization भी होगा क्या वो भी guarantee नहीं हमारे हाथ में. Forget producing a child and raising a child. वो भी guarantee नहीं हमारे पास. That also is a lottery ticket. What are you doing? You are making an attempt. Rest all उसके हाथ में है. बच्चा होगा कि नहीं क्या पता. लड़का होगा लड़की होगा पता नहीं. हेल्दी होगा अनहेल्दी होगा पता नहीं. कुछ पता नहीं है. बस तुक्का मारा जाए. और क्लेम क्या है? ये मैंने किया है. आई हैव प्रोड्यूस्ड. और बाहर आते ही ओनरशिप चालू. ब्रांडिंग. दिस इज कॉल्ड अज्ञानता. ये तो पशु भी ऐसे ही जीते हैं. ऑल एनिमल्स आल्सो लिव लाइक दिस ओनली. डू दे नो एनीथिंग अबाउट इट? आर दे अवेयर? आर दे अवेयर आई एम नॉट द बॉडी, आई एम नॉट दिस सोल? ऐसा कुछ भी पता है? कुछ भी पता नहीं उनको. बेचारे मोनोटोनस, रोबोटिक, जो मिला जैसा हुआ दे आर लिविंग. एंड हमारे में क्या अंतर है? वी आल्सो लिव एग्जैक्टली लाइक दैट. सो अंटिल वी बिकम अवेयर, एक जब तक जागरूकता नहीं आता, वी कैन नॉट बी कॉल्ड मनुष्य. We are called Pashu. We need the Kripa of Pashupatinath. Pashupatinath destroys this bhava, Pashu. Just eating, drinking, sleeping, producing, and dying. Pashu. Pash it is called. Pashu. Word came from Pash. Pash means bondage, rope. Rope in Sanskrit. Pash means rope. And in Durga Shaptati, in that Parashakti, we already discussed. The Ashtapash. The eight Pash. And I told you very clearly, you clear that eight Pash, that's it. Whichever way, whichever sadhana, whoever you want to do, there are thousands of ways. I am just exploring everything and putting it. Whichever appeals to you, take that. Or do everything, or do one of it. Whichever appeals to you, whichever angle, it all comes there. So when the pasha is removed, I'm clear. I become from Manushya, I become Deva Bhav. पशु भाव से मनुष्य भाव से देव भाव. When you are Deva Bhav, you are no more a Manushya. Manushya is this मैं मेरा man. You have to rise beyond the human being, the godly being, divine being. Divine being is the one who lives in divine presence. They don't identify themselves as humans and this and that. Human being क्या है वही father, mother, husband, wife, brother, sister, boyfriend, girlfriend, enemy, friend, boss, servant. No identification. So Ashtapash is there. Even Kabira is singing Jeeni Re Jeeni Re. Ashtakamal ka charkha. Ashtakamal वही है. 8 lotus petal. What is it? Pash. 8 pash. पाश से पशु, पशु से ये अज्ञान. We will live in that because of those 8 points. So when you redeem these things, when you clear these things, you become Devatulya. So you cannot claim now. Claiming is because of Ashtapash. When Ashtapash is there, you claim, you think you are this personality and so you claim. मैं मेरा, मैं के बाद मेरा, मेरा उसके बाद. I am this or that. I am a father. I am a mother. I am a wife. I am a husband. Then you go on adding words to it, adjectives, pronouns, जो भी बोलते हैं. I am a nice father. I am a proud mother. बढ़ते जाता हो. स्टार्ट कहां से शुरू होता है? I. I नहीं तो कुछ भी नहीं आगे का. Wait, wait. I have one more poster, nice poster. ऐसे ही कुछ तो था ये. Ramana is talking about. Wonderfully, he has told this. Here it is. Look at this. Of all the thoughts that arise in the mind, the I thought is the first. It is only after the rise of this that other thought arise. It is after the appearance of the first personal noun, that is I, that the second and the third personal nouns appear. Without the first personal pronoun, there will not be a second and a third. Clear? The same what is studying. The first I am this, I am that. And the moment you say I am this, I am that, you'll start saying this is mine. Whatever you personality you hold, I am a father. What will happen to a father? These are my children. I am a guru. What will happen to this guru? These are my shishyas. Again, मैं मेरा. Or take it reverse. I am a shishya. This is my guru. पकड़ो फिर गुरु को. फिर पशु अभाव जागृत. मेरा गुरु मैं किसी के साथ शेयर नहीं करूंगा. I will not share it with anyone. This is my personal property. How dare you come close to it? कुत्ते बिल्ली जैसा हरकत हो गया. पशु भाव आ गया. Even dogs bark. Dogs defend. Dogs protect. You go near their food. ये मेरा food है. Dog says, this is my food. You go and stand next to it also. You are come there to snatch its food. So the Shishya thinks this dog is come to take my only possession, my Guru. Attack! These are not very divine things. वो शिष्य होना, अरे शिष्य में भी मूर्खता हो सकता है. The Shishya can be a Pashu also. Not big deal. You see, these Pashas will be very strong. It is not by somebody becoming Shishya of some Guru that you have to see the Pashas in that Shishya. Are they free from those bondage of me and mine? Whether be it Guru or Shishya. Even Guru saying, this is mine. Pasha is there. Bondage is there. This is my disciple. This is my ashram. This is my teaching. Are you getting it? This is my space. This is my path. I की वजह से mine आ गया. To become aware of this is very difficult. Now do you understand why Ramana says no guru, no shishya? Why Nityananda says इसका कोई गुरु नहीं, इसका कोई शिष्य नहीं? Claim ही नहीं. I है तो आएगा ना दूसरा. If I only is not there, what will they claim as mine? Ramana never ever said he's a guru. Neither did he say this is my shishya. He very clearly said multiple occasions, I have no disciples. We call it they were disciples, they were close disciples, and we call it. He never claimed anybody. Neither did Nityananda tell this. Nityananda very clearly said, this one has no guru, no disciples. We catch him and put him into lineages. They are not in lineages. Then they cannot be Avadhutas. Avadhut Bhagavan Nityananda cannot be an Avadhuta if he claims, I am in this lineage. Read Avadhut Gita. They are beyond all caste and lineages and past and paths and this and that. No identity. Absolutely. They are like the Akasha. Nothing can hold them. They will not hold anyone like the skies. Neither can anybody hold them. You can't hold the sky. In the sky, everything will be there. Clouds will pass, mountains are there, rivers are there, you and me are there. Everything is there. But it cannot hold you, neither can you hold it. That is Avadhuta. तो ऐसे इनको कहां से आएगा? Feeling of me and mine? They don't have me and mine. Yesterday we discussed that. Ramana, anybody comes to it, he will never say, I love you so much. He goes, I love you so much. Ramana will say, I love you too. I is not there. When I is not there, there is no other to love. That is why Ramana says there is no other. What is the question? Somebody asked Ramana, how do we treat others? And Ramana's answer brilliantly is, there is no others. This one. When there is no I, there is no karma. Because there is no doer. I nahi matlab kya hai? There is no feeling of this I. How can there be no feeling of this I? Only and only when you live in that awareness, when you live in presence, when you are living as a presence, you cannot identify yourself as this and that. When you identify yourself as this and that only, karma dosh लगता है. किसको? वो this and that को. Whoever is that this and that. That's why Nisargadatta Maharaj says, who suffers? Who you imagine to be suffers. That personality is suffering. When somebody says, oh, my son is sad, I'm suffering. Who's suffering? Who is suffering? The father is suffering here. Is the husband suffering at that moment? Think about it. A husband zone perfect. Son zone, his father is there in the house. His wife is there in the house. No issue that way. But my son is not happy. So who's suffering now? Is it the husband suffering or a son? It is the father who is suffering. That personality is suffering. Now do you understand what is freedom from? Freedom is from these identities. How to get free from the identity? There is only one way, to live in presence. You have to have that presence. When you have presence, there is no other identity. That is what we have been doing for the past 4 or 5 years, living in the divine presence. It sorts out all the problems. Me and mine will go, the sufferings and obsession and possession will go, vairagya will, that detachment will come. Ignorance will go of the, unreal, Maya, illusion, all that. It will be very, very clear. It's not real. That will go. The worries and the sufferings will go. And see this one. May. Karma will go. When you are doing any karma in presence, the karma doesn't affect you. Karma phala will not come to you. Topiamma gives one slap. You think karma will come to her? There is no doer in her. Doer ही नहीं है. So how will the karma phala come to her? You'll say, oh, it is papa. Papa punya se upar hai wo. They are a presence. Even they don't know what they did. You are walking in the road, you stamped on an ant and died. Will karma come to you? It won't come. You don't even know. So many organisms you kill every day. But if an ant is going, you chase it and you kill it, you will get karma. Crime is the same. There is a death of an ant, but see karma, fruits, karma phala. One has doership, one is not even aware. Isn't that the sutra? Sutra to freedom. This much knowing only is freedom. What are we chasing? What sadhana are we doing for this? Where is that God which you are realizing? It's very, very clear. This light by which even I am doing this job, the light by which I call myself a father, without that light, is the father existing? Vivek only is not there. Viveka mein light nahi aaya. Who calls itself the father? Viveka. Buddhi is telling. Oh, I'm Buddhijivi. I know. I'm a father. I'm a mother. I'm a son, daughter. Who's claiming this? Buddhi is telling this. But who is illuminating the Buddhi? That illumination is not there. The claim only will not come. I am this and that. And we are telling God is the doer. We don't do anything. Perfectly, can you understand the whole sequence now? God is the doer. Even this karma which is happening through me, He does when it means you have to be totally aware of how the light is working through you. Because that light is illuminating me, I am even capable of thinking, chalo seva kare. वो बुद्धि में किसने दिया idea? This is not my idea. I claim it. My idea. No. If that light only doesn't on at night, can you say I'll do seva? No. Only when you wake up. So who woke you up in the morning? That light. That is the meaning of God is the doer. That light is the doer. You have to be fully aware that light is doing through. You have to be fully aware of what I'm saying. And for that, you have to operate from a subjective mode. Objective se nahi aata hai. And I am the light. What I explained multiple times to you guys. I have stepped out from that and I have taken this ignorant form, my ego. I step back. I am the light. So the light is doing this work. Who told you to get into that ego body? I stepped into that ego body and I'm claiming I'm this and that. So that's your fault. You remember, you have stepped into that. Step back. The moment you step back, you are present. Operate as presence there. And be aware that capsule of mind, the title is there. And you will continue functioning the same. Father, mother, husband, wife, brother, sister, that will not stop. It will continue. But you will continue being in reality. In truth, you will finish your duties, so-called duties. What are duties? कर्मा ऋण है और कुछ नहीं है. ड्यूटी फूटी कुछ नहीं होता. ऋण है, किसी जन्म में लिया इन लोगों से, दिया है, वही लेन देन चल रहा है. Don't ever have this idea that oh, I am a great responsibility. I have given birth to them, so I have to take care of them. Who asked you to give birth? Your karma. Even it is not in your hand. You had the urge, you went and did something. Who told you? You'll say this idea, that idea. Who gave that idea? You have no idea. Who asked you to get married? You have no idea. It just happened. Coincidences. You can't say you got married by this. There are many times you want to get married, you will not get married. So many people are sitting. I want to get married, I'm not getting the right partner. So केवल सोचने से होता है क्या? I'll marry. नहीं. So many permutation. Prarabdha should be there for that. At the same time, you can't say I'll be remaining single, bachelor, sphincter all my life. And you see those guys will be married. There was one guy, my friend, who used to do Vipassana many years back, maybe probably around 20 years back, fully into Vipassana. And I was not in any path that time, but I used to just meditate, go to Ram Krishna Mission. So we both would meet there. Good friends in my same town. He was so thorough with Vipassana, so fascinated by Buddha and philosophy. All the time we used to talk. And from him, I learned half Buddhism. He will talk, Buddha said this is how Buddha is. And he lived a very detached life, secluded life. So that time, my marriage thing was going on. So he mocked me. Yeah, शादी वादी करने वाला है and all that stuff. As it's happening then. He was teasing me continuously. And हो गया. I got married. He was a great mocker because we used to sit and talk about brahmacharya, Buddha's life, and all that, and he used to mock me. I said, "Oh, yeah, see what you did," and I used to feel guilty about it. ऐसे कैसे हो गया? See, the idea, the thoughts are about brahmacharya, but हुआ शादी. And before I knew, divorce भी हुआ. So now you are in a new frame of mind. I'm a grasta. Before you know it, you are back to square one. I don't see anything going according to me in my whole life. I have scanned through it. I have never seen anything going exactly the way I want. Or perhaps I'm unlucky. If you say nothing has gone my way, something weirdly it has gone. So I become back that, and all that trouble me and all those things. And there was a big jolt in life, my questioning what the hell is going on, what is this? And then I go to Ganesh Puri, and then my whole life transforms and all that. And then I forget about marriage stuff, fully deeply into that. बीच में एक दो बार ख्याल आया due to some reason. My guru also wanted. एक दो बार he hinted in this manner. His people hinted in this manner. That time I had a thought. But again, the divine work and this, that was so much, again it went away. I am just saying this is not happening anything according to our. And then 8 years I was away. I did completely cut off from my world in the ashram with my guru and all that. And then one day I returned after everything back home. फौजी आता है ना घर पे युद्ध लड़ के. It was like that only exactly. थका हारा युद्ध लड़ के ऐसा. You come back home and then I want to meet all my friends. The first friend I remember is this guy. Let me go to. I go there at home and I knock. I want to give him a surprise, and I see a lady standing. I said, "Who are you?" She asked, "Who are you?" Eh? I said, "I'm so and so's friend." I've never heard your friend name. That's okay. I'm his old friend. Who are you? I'm his wife. Huh? Then he came. क्या भी क्या हो गया तुझे? I said, "Hey, अंदर." He called his son came running. बच्चा भी है. The guy used to tell, "I'm not going to get money." He was very strict. And I told him that day, because मैं गिर गया था गटर में. I said, "तू भी चल आजा गटर में." So he said, "मैंने यार वाला, I'll not get stuck in all these things. I am following Buddhism." And I said, "अरे, but in one lifetime it's okay to have that experience." अरे कितने ऐसे lifetime experience के? This is what exactly he told. How many lifetimes you have experienced all these things? How much long are you going to? I said, "Yeah, point." And here I come back, the whole thing is changed. Brahmachari, गृहस्थ बन गया. Then I started mocking. My turn came. Badla. So what happened? Where, according to our plans, what goes?